Arena. It's Indiana facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. We're all set to bring you NBA action. Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Mahinmi is out there with Paul George. Then there's C.J. Miles. Then there's Ellis. And it's Hill in at the 1. Just 5 to shoot. George, no good. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season. His return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
They get a hand on it. It's a pick by Love. And it's Smith penetrating. Jacks up a 3. And it's Miles with the rebound. On defense, Cleveland. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Ellis against Smith. Here's Miles. Can't get it to go. And Cleveland will come the other way. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. James with the ball. On the wing, Williams. The tray. They grab their own miss. Tries to save it. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. For 3, Williams. Cleveland gets it back.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Well, you go back last season. The Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And those mid-season trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they play best mid-season. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
James Jones, he's checked in for Johnson. Here's Hill. And George now top of the key. pick up by Hill. Ring shot on the way. That's good.
That was George Hill getting in the way of the D right there.
Cleveland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's James. And the layup's good off the glass.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
And George, here we go. He kicks it to Ellis. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Dishes it to Love. It's tipped. The fader. The shot no good. So the Pacers will take it the other way. To the paint. Hill, no good.
You know, he really just tried to do a little too much there. He shouldn't be afraid to kick that one back out.
And he gets it to go.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Pass to Miles. To the inside. Here's Mahimi. Good D from Love.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And he gets it to go. Williams has got his first points in this one.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Now, here's George. Back to Ellis. The pass to Hill. Shot clock at 5. Outside for Miles. Indiana again missing. From deep. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. It's on Mo Williams.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a 3-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
And he nails the third. An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard. A pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams.
Jones, that's for 2. Williams inside the line. And another miss by Cleveland.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
George dishes to Hill. Back to George. And stolen by LeBron. Goes up. Finishes the break with a slam. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes. 6 already.
George with the ball. Now Smith defending. The 19-foot shot. Love grabs the board.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one. Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there to put that one-hand tomahawk slam?
And George, here we go. Here's Smith. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats. Cleveland.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And guys, add to that the fact that they have really done a great job of attacking the ball handler with their defensive pressure and forcing turnovers. He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
And LeBron has been in the postseason every year since his rookie season. Last year he passed Jerry West on the all-time postseason scoring list. I'm sure he'll just continue to climb up the record book.
Hill kicks to Mahimi. And stolen by Love. Miles the pass to Mahimi. And a wide open look here for Ellis. It's good from long range.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Williams dishes to LeBron. Back to Williams. And it's Miles with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Hill kicks to Mahimi. Miles the pass to George. Launches a 3. And the Pacers another 3.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Williams kicks to LeBron. Stolen by Miles. And here they go. And there's Ellis. That's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Cleveland's gone. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
Here is Miles. 6 to shoot. Mahimi dishes to Hill. The shot misses. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Nice stroke from long range. And if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Now here's Ellis. He's got 7. George passes to Ellis. Hill has the open look. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Hill's got 5.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here. They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Good. 8 points for Paul George.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
From a man PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 3-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
A platoon swap here for Cleveland. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Mahimi. Budinger comes in for C.J. Miles. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Ellis. Young is subbed in for Hill. Dellavedova kicks to Harris. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark.
And guys, talking about Paul George, the continued improvement of his ball handling is key to generating more offense. That was a weakness of his coming out of college. He's worked on it, but making it a strength the way LeBron has would go a long way toward getting him to that next level.
Pick up by Hill. Here's Young. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And guys, the first year for David Blatt, he was second guessed at every turn. And that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
And for Blatt, Greg, everyone did wonder if he would be the right fit early. As the season wore on and the Cavs got tougher, those questions, Clark, went away.
Yeah, and I think most people forget that he's an iconic coaching legend overseas.
Good point, yeah.
So coaching is coaching. Sure, it's not the NBA. But this guy brought a pedigree and resume that was quite substantial.
And so here's Cleveland after Indiana gets the three. Here's Dellavedova. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. There's a minute 34 left to play here in the first. Hill. And that one is stuffed right through.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
Cunningham's shot is off. Indiana trailing here. Young outside. George with the ball. Cunningham's there. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. The shot's good on the assist by George. Stuckey's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
Dellavedova is really good at finding his teammates.
Here's George. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Big time finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
LaVoy Allen's checked in for George. And it's Harris off the drive. And stolen by Stuckey. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Budinger finishing it off.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And Harris wide open. He shoots off target from three-point range. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Pacers out in front as they end the first quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
You know, one other thing that's clear is how well they're burying their jump shots here in the early going.
Jefferson out there with Thompson. Then there's Jared Cunningham. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Harris in the small forward position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game.
Indiana shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Both shots good from the stripe. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
They set the pick. Cunningham. The shot will not go. Good work defensively by Stuckey. Young with the ball. Jefferson picks him up. And it's Hill penetrating. Poked away. Allen dishes to Buttinger. Back to Allen. Stuckey outside. From deep. The shot misses. And Cleveland will come the other way.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. And they will call over the back on the play.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Hill, he's checked in for Chase Buttinger. And it's Dellavedova missing.
On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career right now. Will he continue to ascend, or will he be content with where he's at? Time will tell.
Harris missing again.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
First free throw is good.
Outstanding foul shooting in this game, and that confidence can be infectious. They're taking care of business on the charity stripe.
And he makes both free throws.
That's a great job from the line this quarter.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about, but all around the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yes, third in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench, first in the NBA in bench rebounding, and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And the Pacers just missed out on the playoffs last year and would have to settle for 9th in the East. Hard for a team that has been so dominant in the East over recent seasons.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
Anderson Varejau's checked in for the Cavaliers. That's tipped. Stuckey kicks to Allen. To the inside. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Cunningham. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out in transition.
Young. It's deflected. Cunningham kicks to Varejau. Three-pointer, Dellavedova. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And for the Pacers against the East, they actually played the rest of the conference. Greg, very well, ended with a 28-24 record, Clark, against the East.
The only team, Kevin, in the East with a winning record against the rest of the conference not to make the playoffs. Only went 10-19 against the playoff teams in the conference.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there. And a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Now, here is Young. Timeout called the Pacers.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahimi's checked in for Hill. C.J. Miles comes in for Hill. Ellis is checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And George Hill's subbed in for Young. 5 to shoot. Hill drives in. And once again off the mark by Indiana. And here comes the break. Here's Cunningham. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
And so Cunningham nails both of them. You mentioned, GA, the Cavs and their comebacks. They actually overcame double-digit deficits for 13 of their 53 wins last year.
Yeah, and Kevin, I remember their biggest one being a comeback after being down 17 points. I mean, but when you have the star power that the Cavs have, no comeback is out of the question. You're just never safe against this team.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Here's Dellavedova. He's guarded by Hill. Jefferson has a wide open look. No good with the triple. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. Cavaliers ball. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. Here's Dellavedova. He's got 7. It's stolen by Hill. And there's the call on Jefferson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
That's the risky run by staying out there as he picks up his 3rd.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Love's check in for Bergeron. LeBron comes in for Jefferson. J.R. Smith's checked in for Jared Cunningham. And it's Williams in for Matthew Dellavedova. 4 on the shot clock. Mahimi passes to Hill. The Cavaliers trailed by 4. Here's James. Thompson dishes to James. That drops. LeBron's got 13.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Hill kicks to Ellis. Screen by Ellis. Here's Miles. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
Timeout called, Cleveland. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
James Jones, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And Indiana with a change here, too. Paul George, he's checked in for LaVoy Allen. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down to just 2 points from the bucket from James.
You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for the opportunity and then boom, right to the rack.
Now, here is George. 10 points for him. Kicks it to Miles. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Jones has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him. I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And George kicks to Ellis.
Yeah, that one put them over the limit, and if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
And for C.J. Miles, he sure can string together a long line of threes under the league with a nice jump shot that has now become deadly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the free throw line much, and he's not really much of a playmaker, but he's 3D in color. HD 3D.
And talking about C.J. Miles, he was filthy last year. Indiana needed his spark offensively, especially without Paul George in the lineup. Miles responded by putting up career highs in points and minutes played. Just an unbelievable impact on the season.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line. The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in. For Indiana, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And for most every team out there, guys, they're looking for a guy like C.J. Miles. Decent size. Oh.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Pass to Jones. Again, the miss by Jones.
Cavaliers foul. James Jones.
You know, and Paul George played the first few years of his career in the NBA with 24 on his back. And as you can see, he now goes with 13 after making the switch prior to last year.
And with Paul George going with the number 13 now, as you can see, helps with his nickname, PG-13.
Yeah, that's a good nickname, a nice fit. Young Tracy, as he likes to go by on Twitter, he said himself that it was about embracing his stature and stardom in the league. Nice way to do it.
Love with the screen on George. James kicks to Love. Back to LeBron. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. Williams with the ball. Smith outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Ellis with it. Williams picks him up. And George, here we go.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
James wide open. The Pacers pull it in. Mahimi's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's back to Hill. Up top, Mahimi. Screened by Ellis. Mahimi down low. Working on Love. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? 16 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark. And this offense has really performed at a high level.
And the first one drops.
He's doing a much better job of getting to the line this quarter. Much more aggressive taking it to the basket.
Indiana making some changes. Stuckey comes in for Monte Ellis. Young is subbed in for Hill.
Doing a really good job from the line here. Just under 90%, actually right around 86, 87% from the stripe. You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Smith for three. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. 11 points for Smith.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
The shot by George, wide open. And the Pacers another three.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
LeBron outside. Fires the three. And he gets it to go. James has got 25 points.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And it's George finishing it off.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
And stolen by Stuckey. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
You were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clarkie helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. Allen comes in for George. Pacers leading by 11. Young pass to Stuckey. Allen, a screen on Smith. Stuckey dishes to Allen. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. That's on LeBron James.
At the line for the Cavaliers.
Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
That one misses.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
And guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Sade, I like that, Greg.
Young outside. Lets the three fly. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
For three.
Young's got the lead up to 12 now for Indiana. Williams from deep. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so we wrap up the first half. Pacers out in front, up by 12. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the
Fans, you gotta get loud. Come on.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough ones.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
What a game for LeBron. 28 points, and he's played the role of the pest today, too. I mean, he's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And it also tells you just how high his basketball IQ is. I mean, seeing plays develop before anyone else does on the court.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for Indiana, they've got Paul George. Ellis is out there with George Hill. Then there's Ian Mahimi, and it's Miles in the small forward. LeBron against George. Ellis kicks to George. Hill passes to George. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And it's now 26 points here for George.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Smith left side. He dishes it to Jones. Cleveland moving the ball around. The drive by James. For Cleveland, they have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Good on the second free throw. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Indiana leading by 12. There's the dish to George. No good. Good D by James. And for the Cavaliers, they're shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Hill dishes to George. Here's the three. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
Thompson with the bucket.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Williams against Hill. Left side, George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lots of room. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. Chase Budinger is checked in for Indiana. Oh, trying for it. Paul George with the steal. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Feeds it to Mahimi. Pick up by Hill. They set the screen. And George kicks to Budinger. Back to George. Out to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on LeBron James.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games. And then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
And so timeout here by David Blatt. Paul George really making a difference here.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch.
The Cavaliers trail by 15. Cunningham passes to Jefferson. Cunningham dishes to Jefferson. He feeds it to Cunningham. Kicks it out to Love. Stolen by George. Now here's Hill, the fast break opportunity. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Dellavedova kicks to Love. Paul George with the steal. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. No good.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim. You know, no time wasted getting that ball up the floor for the uncontested finish.
Dellavedova from outside. That's in there. Love with the assist. Dellavedova's got 10 points.
Boy, Kevin Love certainly is one of the best passing big men in the league.
And that's his MO. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team.
The feed to Dellavedova. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Just a total loss of concentration right there.
And, Greg, if they continue to make those kinds of mistakes, then this game could turn even more south on them, and sour.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Stuckey drives inside. Allen passes to Stuckey. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Young's shot is off. Cunningham dishes to Verjao. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
And Young kicks to Hill. Kept alive by Indiana. Stuckey outside. Pick up by Hill. Now here's Stuckey. Not a lot of room. Here's Allen. Back to Stuckey. And stolen by Love. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Jefferson throws it down.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better. The pass, the catch, or the slam?
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed.
And, guys, you know what? You wouldn't know that they're the team that's actually trailing with how they were able to pull that play off.
Excellent D there from Hill.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
The Cavaliers trail by 12. Here's Dellavedova. 10 points for him. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Hill.
That's his second personal foul. Checking in for the Pacers.
Dellavedova, the
C.J.
pass
Miles.
to Jefferson. Inside. It's tipped. It's stolen by Hill. Here's Young. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. Young's got 10 points in the game. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Pacers?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far. Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Here is Cunningham. He's guarded by Stuckey. Clock at 6. Here's Dellavedova. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Verjao. James comes in for Richard Jefferson. And Smith subbed in for Jared Cunningham. Now, here is Young. Tight defense on him. There's the pick. Stuckey outside. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. Stuckey's got 7 points in the game. As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, GA, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little, too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year.
Pass to Miles. Looking to end his cold spell. Good D by Love.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the...
That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got 3 assists now in this one.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Miles, that's good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And the shot is good. Miles has got 11 points.
What a nice play. Stole it away and took it coast to coast.
Here's Dellavedova. Hill gets the rebound. Hill's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here is Miles, covered by LeBron. And Young, here we go. It's tipped. Stolen by Thompson. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from James.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him. He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
And it's Love, top of the key. Soft touch off the glass. Love's got 9.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish. Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Smith on the wing. He's guarded by Stuckey. And the dunk by James.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him, but again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
Stuckey dishes to Hill. Back to Stuckey. From past the arc. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need... nor does the team need number 5.
You really have to like the work they put in at the free throw line here in the half. I mean, they've been really aggressive and drawing fouls, and then they've been able to knock down their free throws.
Jones checked in for Kevin Love. And a change for the Pacers. Whittington's checked in.
So far in the game for Young, he's got 10 points. He's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. The Cavaliers trail by 9. Here's Smith. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Here's Hill. The shot, no good. Good D by Thompson. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. Nice shot by James.
The points just keep coming for him this quarter. And just at the right time, too, as they try to narrow the deficit.
And here is Stuckey. 7 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. He kicks to Young. Lets the three fly. And James pulls it down.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
Jones, no one around him. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
And Thompson throws it down.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
With the pass.
Young with no one around. The baseline jumper goes down. Young's got 5 points in the quarter. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Pacers lead by 3. We'll get right back to the action when we return. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Pacers leading by 3. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Tristan Thompson is out there with Jones. And it's Dellavedova in the point guard position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Out to the wing. Here's Buttinger. Cavaliers with the rebound. And Thompson kicks to Smith. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Jones, no luck.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense. Locked and loaded tonight. Whenever he's got any kind of a decent look, he's knocked it down.
Well, sans his lights-out shooting, they'd be staring at a huge deficit.
Timeout called, Cleveland. Paul George really making a difference here.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Blatt said to the team. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Thompson. Jefferson comes in for LeBron. And it's Jared Cunningham in for J.R. Smith. This is to Buttinger. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And taken away by Ellis. And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Pacers lead by 5.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Dellavedova from outside. The Pacers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Jones. Here's Dellavedova. Guarded by Mahimi. Jones for 3.
He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
Buttinger with it. Jones covering. And Buttinger gets it to go. Now it's a 7-point Pacer lead. For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Dellavedova kicks to Cunningham. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Here's Ellis. No good. Nice D from Varejau.
ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage. You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those close-range rhythm shots.
Right side, George. Three-pointer. Indiana again missing.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Verjão's shot is good.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Mahimi with the stuff.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Anderson Verjão. Indiana's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Mahimi with the stuff.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Cunningham. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Hill kicks to Budding. It's back to Hill. Ellis, the pass to George. First one falls for him. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Mahinmi. Hill comes in for Chase Budinger. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Monte Ellis. Young is subbed in for George Hill. No good on the second free throw.
He did the important part at the line there. The heavy lifting, if you will. Made this a two-possession game.
And that, oh! Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
And there's the 3-second violation.
And as a coach, that's the kind of turnover that drives you nuts.
And, Greg, there's no reason for that turnover to happen. It's just inexcusable.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. Allen's checked in for Indiana. C.J. Miles comes in for Solomon Hill. To the wing right side. 6 to shoot. And it's Miles missing. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Young with the steal. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Stuckey's got the ball. The kick out to Young. Stuckey outside. Uncovered. Cannot hit. And Cleveland the other way now. Kicks it out to Love. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Pacers leading by 6. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And the rejection by Love. Here's LeBron.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
On the wing, Stuckey. Here's Allen. Power down with both hands.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And a great job of taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
You know, that's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those two things are hand in glove when they work together.
The drive by James. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
The Cavaliers trailed by 6. And a big-time jam right there.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Stuckey right side. And stolen by LeBron. It's a pick by Love. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, good call there. I mean, feet clearly moving when he set the screen.
And he lowered the shoulder, too. I mean, they were going to get him there one way or the other. I mean, that was an easy call.
The Pacers making a switch here. Miami's checked in for Hill. Paul George comes in for Lavoy Allen. Ellis, he's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And George Hill's subbed in for Young. The first free throw is good.
Oh my God, I just got that.
And George drops them both.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
It's LeBron with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in. LeBron's got 49 points in the game.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
It's a pick by Love. LeBron dishes to Love. Back to James. Shoots. And that one goes long. Indiana leading by 4. From deep, George. Good on the shot. George has got 45 points.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
Smith against Ellis. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Hill with it. Williams picks him up. Hill drives in. Here's George. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Indiana leading. To the wing on the left. Here is Miles. Covered by LeBron. Back to George. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Mo Williams.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. 17 points was their biggest margin. To the right side. And here's Miles outside. No good. Nice D from Williams. Ellis goes in. Comes up empty down low.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Nice shot by Smith.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now. especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. Now, that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
And guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic?
Puts it up off the inbound. 17-foot shot on the way. And there's Paul George on the assist by Hill. Williams against Hill. Outside Williams. James outside. 4 seconds left. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And here are the Pacers now. They're leading by 8. Now Miles. Over in the corner, Ellis. Just 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. But they'll get another chance. Taken away by Williams.
I think it's safe to say this baby's over.
Yeah, that's fairly obvious. I'd say that's a really good assumption on your part.
Hill kicks to George. So it's Indiana picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.